Hello and apologies for not posting anything for quite a while. And the reason being largely has been my health. You see, the MS sadly is progressing and has got worse during the winter. Speaking to other people locally with MS, it appears that the cold, damp weather we had in December and January in particular hit us really hard. Not just me. I don't know if this is relevant for people who have MS and are discovering their path like I am, but the cold and particularly damp weather seems to hit hard whether you're inside in the warm or out. There's something in the atmosphere that affects the MS. And sadly, the last winter and the winter before has led to a deterioration in my health. And what happens is when the weather improves, the health doesn't come back to where it was before. There's always a little, it always seems to have a knock-on effect that lasts. And that's a worry. But anyway, I'll give you an update on how the MS is. Basically, the numbness in my feet has now become a permanent grip. Feels like my feet are permanently wrapped in something too small. The numbness has gone up my legs. I can walk to the bottom of the garden and back, but it's not so much the distance, but the duration. I can stand for about 10 minutes. If I'm walking, I can be on my feet about twice that distance. Well, no, not twice. Maybe 12, 15 minutes tops. But I really, really have to sit down for an hour or two to recover from that. So 10 minutes on my feet, standing still, 12 minutes maybe walking, then whichever I've done, I have to lie down, sit down for best part of 2 hours. To do, I find now sitting more than 3 or 4 hours becomes painful and I have to lie down. So it means any job's impossible. It really is. Concentration is dictated by, it's not I wouldn't call it a pain on a par with, how can I put this? It's not a pain as in a broken leg or something like that. It is like a dull pain that is just bad enough to annoy constantly. Can I live with it? Yes. Is it comfortable to live with? No. What's to come? I don't know. On the plus side, and there's a lot of pluses, after a long battle going back to June last year, I've achieved the high rate of pips. Now, I'm not going to give you a list of ways to get round pips because your application should be honest, always. That is the best policy. But what I will say is describe your worst day, especially if you have a progressive illness, because the amount of time it takes for pips to go through, your worst day will be your average day by the time it goes through, as I have found. The other thing I would say is basically prepare for a rejection. The system seems to be designed so that you get a no when you first apply. You then get a no when you ask them to reassess their decision. You only seem to get anywhere when you go to the tribunal or you threaten them with the tribunal. Now, I know I said that I was going to hold out for the tribunal no matter what they said to me. But they gave me a phone call and they said, no, we've gone through your decision again. And we've decided that, yes, you do qualify for the higher rate of PIPs. And they went through all the things that they assessed me for, the ability to stand up for 10 minutes no longer, etc., etc. So all the things that mattered, they ticked those boxes at last. They listened. And I was offered the high rate of PIPs. Now, what that means is that I then qualify for mobility. That's what was important. I'm not so much after a car. I hope to buy one. But I did need access to a mobility scooter. Now, on the mobility scheme, the high rate of PIPs gives you about, in my case, £200 a month extra. Mobility charge you, or the mobility scheme is like an insurance scheme or a loan scheme, which allows you to get a mobility scooter and the payments come out of the higher payments. So that £200 is wiped out. And I'll show you why. Now, one of the happy benefits of achieving the higher rate of PIPs is that I qualify for mobility. And this was delivered yesterday. As a result, after a long wait, finally I have a way of getting around. This is the Scoozy S800, supplied by Eden Mobility, and as you can well imagine, I am going to be doing a long-term review of my experience with this mobility scooter. It's in some ways great news. In other ways, it's sad because it's admitting that the MS is now at the point that I can't walk beyond the end of our garden. This is the only way I'm going to get around apart from getting in the car, so I'm going to have to get used to it. I've deliberately gone for this one because I don't intend to just go round the shops. I intend to go places I used to walk, so this will really be put to the test. Stay tuned and subscribe to the channel, and of course you will see more videos on life with the Scoozy S800, what it's like, good bits, the bad bits, and if you're thinking of getting one, hopefully it will help you make your decision either way. So, that's all good news. We've got the scooter. I will be doing reviews on the scooter. I will be showing, doing videos showing how it's made a difference. Presumably, I haven't driven it more than the delivery was yesterday. It's that fresh. So I shall be doing reviews on the scooter. When it was delivered, they said they haven't found anywhere yet that couldn't get. I am a person who used to walk a lot. I used to walk through woodland. I used to walk through hills. What I'm going to do with the scooter is basically use it to walk the places that I used to walk. It will be tested. and I will report both the good and the bad. Mostly, I presume, will be the good. The bad straight away is that it's a big thing to store. As you could see, we've got it locked away in the passageway. That isn't practical. We're going to have to create something that gives us a safe place to store the scooter so that it is secure when I'm not using it and it is accessible when I need to use it. We're also going to measure up the car. I know the seat can be removed and the handlebars dropped. If it will fit in the Volvo estate, I will be buying some ramps. The ramps will cost another £200. I will then fit the ramps to the car if it fits, and I will then be driving places with the Scoozy S800 in the back, and it will really be tested because I will go places like Wales and days out and wheel it out of the car, and then I've got ability to actually explore places when I go to them. This is what I was after. If it does not fit the car, I won't, but I'll be updating you on that as well. So thank you for watching. Please do leave your comments. Have you got MS? Has the winter affected you? Have you applied for PIPs? What were your experiences? And are you making a decision on a scooter? Have you been considering the S800? And if you have, will my review videos be of use to you? I do hope they will. I do wish you all the best of health, and I will see you all in the next video, which I promise will not be long, coming now that I can get out and about.